Hello, Majesty, and welcome now for Tuesday. My apologies for the court gesture being out yesterday. Well, cloudy and a little vulnerable today for the royalty of the zodiac. The moon in Pisces is nearly day 3 now of vulnerability. Emotions in Pisces have added a extreme sensitivity to the boundaries and borders everywhere, leaving Leos very vulnerable. Now, although this sucks and doesn't feel good, it's actually a great state of awareness to keep your vulnerability if you want to do things where the universe actually wants us to do things, which is the sun. It's your birthday, if you didn't notice. I know the earth is destroying itself during this particular time, but actually what's happening is the new leaders who are in their hearts, are actually rising. You can't see them right now unless you're in your heart. So if you don't see them, We're in chapter 3 of Sun and Leo. Yesterday, Uranus ruled the day. That is the final breakdown for the Sun-Leo transit. For the royalty, this is the breakdown of ego. Now remember what ego consciousness is, Your Majesty. It is a little puppy dog that you have to guard the castle. All right? And no more. So it's about choosing the best little doggy to represent you in the world. Now, of course, the doggy goes and fetches people and brings them in the castle, where people meet the real you, or the deeper you, or the spiritual you. This is necessary protection, Your Majesty. So don't get too prideful about these choices you're making around ego. Who cares? It's just the doggy that runs out there. But because Leos care so much about where their light goes, sometimes they get in the way of their own light, and this is one of the ways. So yesterday was a breakdown in the sense that if you're having a problem with image or what that dog should look like, it should be a sweet, loving dog. Because Leos are based on love. That's what you are. Love casters to the universe. And it's time to love cast if you haven't noticed. So those who are ready to love cast, you're definitely hearing the horn, maybe with this horoscope. Then, speaking of horns, Jupiter in chapter 2 of your career energy, which means it is now time to take the lessons you've learned since May, pile them down into one super amazing realization, and stand on that as the platform of where you go next. It's time, really, for the fortune to open up. This is where things will get exciting, Your Majesty. But we've only got a couple of weeks, so there's a lot of doors that are going to open with career, and then they're going to retrograde. We'll talk about that, but that's not a bad thing, and that doesn't mean things stop. It just means they change directions. Either way, your legacy is calling, and you are starting to change the way you make decisions and the criteria in which you make decisions, and this brings us back to why you're sensitive and vulnerable. If you want to make important life-changing decisions, you got to be a little mushy during the experience. Speaking of mushy, just as Chris is back today, my alter ego where I like to be mushy. That's a horrible sales tease because I don't even know if that's true. But you might want to watch because I picked this episode to help people in this time. I'm live again everywhere Soul Garden shines. All right, my love casters, that's all I have for the day, and I should be back tomorrow. Until then, live love, babe.